started since played the Swamp Simulator. I've seen played these Swamp Simulator, the Shrek Horde games. That's what I've seen before. I've saw the game before, which I saw.
Also, there's a new Call of Duty game coming out, which is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Does include the Call of Duty mobiles. I happen to have played these on Asians, the localizations to play these. Amongst these,
Although you need to update your version.
although this were the update is for the Call of Duty mobiles, so I really put play these among of the like the it's Call of Duty mobiles, ROV, Free Fire, and some many things that either like a Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact Third, Minecraft, Roblox, and everything. And then so he seems that he also had this he did this steaming this he also did this scene that Roblox horror maps, and although the Roblox server, they're actually the person who has been getting falsely banned by this hackers, the 20,000 victims the user as really most. Those people deserve it, they hate this person. This downsized that as the worst things the Roblox, the hacking, the incident I ever seen. The other ones is the this was Rage Games. The Hunter played Rage Game before. 3 years after Hunter and the Twisted Family, and they actually did before. Hunters, wait, Knuckles approved for all the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've been to watch the Avatar, the Way of the Way of the Waters. That movie is fantastic. So I gave it the 8.7 out of 10 with the title fantastic. And Michael gave the score like he's like a 8.3 out of 10 with the title fantastic. That the movie just came out this nearly been like 13 years after the film productions. As it takes a bit for a while since but awaited to the sequels. Well, I guess I'm guessing that this probably use it from the memories to Uncle Richard Williams, and then also along with the Uncle Don Blues, Uncle Gary Goldman's, and I have this I have been likely Uncle Bob Ross, Uncle Roger Dance. He's still he's still healthier as an actor as well. And then hunters have reacted lumply touch videos, and Hunter did the Luigi kids button the boxes jump scare, but but it's make the dinosaur sound. As I really likely the hunters didn't miss the scenes they hear it like is it hearing like it's where the hybrid monster sound, and apparently hunters have hear the sounds from the Godzilla and Toho, but is actually the hybrid monster sound. So I just did the sound effects on my computers. So Hunter World Gaming, the C Force, and it doesn't have the YouTube original the videos itself at all. It's actually made the indie video makers, and that's it. So, and I also have also has he has been playing a lot indie horror games, and he's been watching the Backrooms horror games, the Backrooms. Either that's something like that. He says still haven't played every single the every single indie horror games, and I'm guessing that he would be later to play the Galactic Raptors and Demon Stars, something involved with a hunter completely unseen like indie computer games as well. So how was I wonder if one hunter would be managed to play the focus indie classic computer games. So I have been lots of childhood gaming since I've been excuse me. So I have been spent a lot for years. I played the classic indie games, seeing the arcade, classic platform puzzles, strategy simulators, and all that kind of the genre. So either like a Space Shooter 2, also have a still got the DOS Windows existing. That's made from country to everywhere, everything else. So it has always been for 2022 has been gratefully this but along the 12 years 12 months but released it instead of real life is where the timeline it and the whole place is where it is I whole place has been I look up over it props and cosplay to the website and but the downside is of myself that I have been just I have been always sort of watching this that's the but the downside of the quality as a because the only has the reason is where the persons where the who were the behaviors affected emotional does he feel it just turns bad to the bad decision the wrong way to sense was so but the downside is that the goal has tried to the baggage of the hunter the woods the willing to the hams but he been
It
still
also includes that.
and I'll also been include this powerful sack so the first one's the first one if the downside of equality the Goro boy would have to join the steaming the general the voice call that show it up that he always been have to play the Slendy Tuppies and then the Roblox as VR checks that he's keep the willing in him for the hunters but hunter tries to have the let it let it off that for general set of voice call that has 100 times and then the Goro boy would later said that he would never he would never begging at the hunter. And then second one this one is the he's been only the teenage boy does that really begging begging this several times that as those people that very busy the powerful act he's he is the only the teenage boy that really begging to anyone to people so if there's a people that are very busy and he would he keeps willing them to keep to do it but
Including he keeps
they
willing
can't
begging me to get something for him.
and he always been about to showing to the playing the games and the watching his videos so and I tried to I happen to try to tell the powerful sex that would been off that begging to forcing it. That's one of the I was listening to with hunters and I haven't now learned to have been the rules so is the powerful sex that he's been he's been aggressively the behavior